Hello, everyone. My name is Michael Dandrea, and I want to talk a little bit today about the challenges we face and why this is a great day for the counseling profession. Certainly, the recent election results have resulted in much controversy and much discussion, and a lot of the discussion is pitting us against them. People crying out for changes and other people making accusation about other people. Well, for many reasons, this state of our nation represents a challenge that will test the greatness of the counseling profession. And I do believe the counseling profession is great and can be greater still by successfully dealing with the challenges we face at this crisis point in our nation. To do that, we must be active. We must be reflective. We must be willing to reconcile differences and to do what we can to promote a greater level of respect and dignity in order that we help to foster the development of ourselves, of our colleagues, and of other people that we come in contact with in our work and in our personal lives. These challenges will test the greatness of a great profession. And I believe that the key to this is to provide opportunities for people to converse, conservatives, conversing with liberals, conversing with radicals, conversing with culturally and racially diverse people, looking at ways that we can listen to different perspectives and to reconcile differences that we have so we can have a greater level of unity on things that we are willing to work together on. You know, in my own life and in my personal life, I've faced challenges of reconciliation. And when I'm able to reconcile differences I have with people, I find myself feeling a strength that's deep in my psyche, and quite frankly, a strength in my spirit that was not previously there when I worked to reconcile with differences. Let me give you a few examples. A dear colleague and friend, Dr. Alan Ivy. Many of you know Dr. Ivy. I've worked with Dr. Ivy for decades. I've had the honor and privilege of co-authoring textbooks on counseling and psychotherapy and made numerous demonstrations with Dr. Alan Ivy. But quite frankly, I have found Dr. Ivy to be different from myself in that I believed he had taken and continues to take a negative and sort of a dark perspective on the future of our society and our profession in the posts that he has made and in some of the comments he makes in different places that I have been. Well, this way of thinking has led me to question my ability to reconcile the differences I have with Alan. So I thought to myself, let's start from the beginning. I have these negative opinions of Dr. Ivy, and why? Well, because I share a different perspective. And that different perspective, instead of making us both greater, is an impairment to my humanity. And so I've had to think about Dr. Ivy, and I started thinking, first of all, he is a human being that's worthy of respect and caring, and really a genuine sense of brotherhood in that regard. Secondly, Dr. Ivy has made tremendous contributions, many more than I have, and the majority of people in our profession. He is not a good man. He is a great man who's contributed in many ways to our society. Dr. Ivy, I have reflected on, may very well consider me to be a fringe thinker that is optimistic and unrealistic and a romanticist. And he may be right. And I may be wrong in thinking of him being kind of negative and pessimistic in his thinking. When I weigh the greatness of this individual and I think about my own negative thoughts and reactions to some of his actions and behavior, I recognize the importance of me reconciling my differences first inside myself and building upon the greatness of the relationship I have with him and forming a stronger tie, which I believe I have done over the years. And Dr. Ivy has honored me in allowing that to happen. A second person comes to mind that many of you know, Dr. Patricia Arredondo. I have often thought of Patricia as being too mainstream, too willing to go along with simple reformist strategies rather than transformational changes in our society. And these negative thoughts have interfered with me reconciling at a higher level of complexity and moral reasoning about the greatness of Patricia Arredondo. The first step I have to take is to step back and reflect on how I can reconcile our differences. No, Dr. Arredondo is not a good person. Dr. Arredondo is a great person. She has had more impact on the multicultural counseling movement than most people I know. She's a compassionate, a tireless worker for social justice in the field, and she takes a different path. And that's okay. And that's where my reconciliation of negative thinking about the differences between myself and Dr. Arredondo has fueled a sense of more fulfillment in my relationship with Dr. Arredondo. She's given me and honored me by allowing me to reconcile my differences with her. These are both great days for me, to be able to step back and to put my ego on the shelf and to reflect on great human beings and great leaders in the counseling profession like Dr. Alan Ivy and Dr. Patricia Arredondo. In a Christian tradition, oftentimes I have been taught to pray for those that are offensive to you. And while I was a Christian and a practicing Catholic, I found myself praying frequently for those people who have really rubbed me the wrong way or seem to be negative in my mind. But now, as a practicing Buddhist, I really embrace the view that the negativity that we perceive around us, the pressures, the stresses, the negativity, really represent gifts that we are given to realize a higher level of our own Buddha potential. So with that, I have found that the gift of working through my reconciliation with both Dr. Ivy and Dr. Arredondo has really been a test of my commitment to humanity. Now, of course, there are individuals that are harder to view their differences with myself as gifts. For instance, Dr. Richard Henriksen and Dr. Sharma, I find as being very challenging in order to really understand in a compassionate way their perspectives as they outline comments on a listserv that is open to counselor educators and supervisors. And yet, I want to thank Dr. Henriksen and Dr. Sharma for having such different ways of interpreting the world than I have. You certainly provide me with a big challenge and a gift to help open my eyes and heart to your humanity so that perhaps we can move to a higher level of understanding and acceptance. You know, there's many things that I disagree with Dr. Henriksen and Dr. Sharma, but if I can find 1% of the things that they think of and value and honor, we've made a step towards reconciliation. And reconciliation is a key to opening the door for great days ahead in the counseling profession. Now, I want to take this a step farther, going beyond my own personal experiences and sense of giftness from Dr. Ivy and Dr. Arredondo and Dr. Henriksen and Dr. Sharma. I want to say that I have received numerous responses about the idea of having town hall meetings. And after reflecting on the comments that people have made from CESNET and other listservs, I believe that we must strive towards reconciliation during these town hall meetings. finding ways to listen carefully to people, especially people that are different than ourselves, with the hope that there's a mutual commitment to find common ground, even if that common ground results in a 1% acceptance and increased compassion and unity with individuals that otherwise we have 99% differences in. I believe the challenges that we face require a call to action, a call to action that has been deafening with the American Counseling Association and its divisions, particularly divisions that are thought to support gay, lesbian, transgender, and transgendered persons. Divisions that are alleged to support social justice and transformative change. Divisions that support multiculturalism. The reactions by these divisions have been too deafening for me and others in the profession. And with that, and with the support of people from CESNET that have contacted me with an eagerness to open the doors of town hall meetings where we can have open discussions in the hope of, number one, finding common ground. Number two, experiencing the power of reconciliation. And number three, making a commitment to new forms of action that we can take as professionals and as human beings to address the challenges that characterize the crisis in our nation today. With that in mind, I want to invite any person who is interested, and please share this video with other persons that you think may be interested. We want conservative Christians. We want agnostics. We want atheists. We want Christians. We want Muslims. We want people from all religious backgrounds, all socioeconomic classes, all ethnic groups to consider joining these town hall meetings that are free. The first one will be Tuesday of next week, which, if I look at my calendar real quickly, next Tuesday is the 22nd of November. Tuesday, November 22nd at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There'll be a 2-hour town hall meeting that we can begin the process of looking more compassionately in the challenges we face. This is a great day for the counseling profession to realize its untapped potential for greatness. We will take time to consider some of the research and theoretical premises that underlie this complex concept referred to as reconciliation. We will spend some time on looking at the new president-elect's agenda for the first 100 days to see what particular issues we may want to address and challenge in order to realize a greater level of democracy, justice, peace, and healthy human development. You know, it's taken quite a time for someone to introduce this sort of broad-based welcoming. And this welcoming will provide an opportunity for people, number one, to exercise their right and responsibility for free speech. There will be plenty of time to acknowledge where we agree with other people and where we disagree with other people. We will provide an opportunity for people to give voice to their inner spirit, regardless of the differences or similarities you share with others who attend these town hall meetings. We will provide an opportunity for us to begin to outline the basis for personal action, local action, statewide actions, and national actions that we can participate in. No, we're not asking for people to think about doing 100% more on 10 different things. We are asking people in the spirit of reconciliation and commitment to justice and peace. And for counselors in particular, the cornerstone of our value in promoting healthy human development and the belief that not only our clients, but we ourselves as practitioners and all other people in the world have the possibility of changing changing dramatically over time, and changing in ways that reflect reconciliation and connectedness. This is a great day for the counseling profession. Please consider joining us next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please contact me at the email address I'll be providing with this link, as well as another colleague who's the director of the Social Justice Creations Facebook and website. We'd love to have you participate, and we'd even love it more if you'd share this link with other people. Now is the time to look at ways that we can overcome our frailties, to overcome our weaknesses, to overcome our tendency for us versus them thinking, to overcome our ways of being divisive, working to find ways to minimally connect with other people that we have such substantial differences with that we find 1% that we can build a sense of brotherhood and sisterhood and hopefully make that expand. This is a great day for the counseling profession. And I look forward to joining with you and other persons to not only experience the sort of happiness and joy and respect and greater level of humanity as I have in reconciling my differences with people like Alan Ivey and Patricia Arredondo, and for the gifts that Richard Hendrickson and Dr. Sharma provide, representing big challenges for me to find a way to connect on 1% that can bind us together. Please join us in this call of conscience and responsibility. The call of conscience and responsibility at this town hall meeting next Tuesday. Thank you for your time and consideration. And remember, today is a great day for the mental health professions, for the counseling profession in particular. And it's a great day because we as a nation and a world are challenged to address the concerns and the problems that we face in this world. Let us work together to build a greater level of justice and peace and healthy human development. Let us work together to reconcile differences. This is a great day for the counseling profession. As a practicing Buddhist, I want to leave you in dedication to each of you who hear this a chant phrase that we use that could generally be translated in, I devote my life to the mystic law of cause and effect through sound. In the practicing Buddhist community that I'm a part of, we chant in the morning and the evening. And I want to extend this chant to all of you to experience a greater level of happiness, to realize untapped potential of your own humanity as we strive together to find new ways to reconcile differences, to agree, and to agree to disagree. Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. Thank you for your thoughtfulness and consideration.